What would the South be without sweet tea? I talked to two experts who offer their ideas of what makes sweet tea the staple beverage of the South. Patricia Wallwork's grandfather, Milo Carlton, was the founder of Milo's Hamburgers. He began serving pre-sweetened tea at his hamburger shop way back in 1947. Tricia's family still owns Milo's Tea Company in Birmingham, Alabama. She knows a thing or two about sweet tea.
My family had such a unique experience with sweet tea, and that is because when my grandfather opened his first restaurant in April of 1946, World War II was coming to a close and sugar had been rationed. And it was not an option to really serve sodas. They were not as readily available because they couldn't get sugar. So he opened his restaurants and served sweet tea, and of course back then everybody had the cup of sugar on the table.
Yes.
And you know what happens when you put sugar in a glass of cold tea?
It doesn't mix, it all falls down to the bottom.
Right. So you waste so much sugar at the bottom of your cup. Well, my grandfather was very frustrated with that because they had to also make pies. Pies, as we said, have to be
in the South.
They're a large component of your meal.
Yes.
So he had the revolutionary idea at the time to begin pre-sweetening the tea. Because as you know, after you brew the tea, when it's still warm, the sugar will melt and you can use much less sugar and have a more consistent sweet flavor.
What is your favorite memory of growing up in the South and having that sweet tea as a beverage?
Well, you always think of grandmother. Everybody, when you think of sweet tea, you think of your grandmother's sweet tea. I think there's a Southern saying that you never marry a man until you know how to make his mama's sweet tea.
Yes.
Have you heard that one?
Yes, I have.
So my favorite memory with tea is exactly the same as yours. It's at my grandparents' house in the backyard drinking Milo's famous tea as a child. Playing in the backyard, and the same exact story, just a different place and my family.
See, it's a wonderful, wonderful Southern tradition. Can't do without it, can't live without it. And I always enjoy sharing that with friends who visit, because when you go back to the Southern hospitality, the sweet tea is just such a great component to welcome people in and make them feel as if they visited the South.
Absolutely.